afternoon, live from Toronto on the GBKM network. This is the Chat Up Show, the show where we catch you up with a chat up of our weekly headlines. I'm your host, Elizabeth Eloidy, and I hope that you are ready to chat it up with me today. Now, as always, you know you can keep up with the GBKM network in various ways. You can listen and watch live 24/7 at www.gbkm.tv or www.gbkm.fm, where you can also catch up on any past shows you may have missed, check out our upcoming show schedule, check out our breaking news, buy some merchandise, all of the good stuff, and you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can also download our free app, which is available for all iOS and Android devices right now. It is free, so no worries. Go ahead and go to your App Store or Google Play Store to download the GBKM app, where you get all the features on our website. You can watch, listen live 24/7, catch up on past shows, check out our upcoming show schedule, like, share, comment, you know the drill. But the best thing about the app is you get notified every time we go live, so you won't miss out on a show again. So make sure you go ahead and download the GBKM app today for free. You can also continue to watch us on Facebook and YouTube at GBKM Network. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at GBKM Network to keep up with what's going on right here at the, you guessed it, GBKM Network. Now, welcome to another week of the Chat Up Show. I'm so excited. We have talked a lot about relationships on the Chat Up Show, the ups, the downs, you know, the things that we go through. And we know that they can be tricky, you know. There are no relationships with no problems. I think it's safe to say that everyone goes through their things in relationships. And sometimes you need an extra helping hand to kind of get to the end or see the light at the tunnel, help you understand yourself, help you understand your partner. And when we think of couples therapy, a lot of the time we only think of it in the sense of marriage, that if you are married to your partner, that's when you can go seek therapy. But it is becoming more common now for folks to seek out couples therapy before they walk down the aisle to ensure that they're making the right decision beforehand, right? You want to save yourself the trip down the aisle, the dress, the planning, the money, all of that, right? Now, there was a social experiment that had us all talking for weeks, and with its finale episode airing a few weeks ago, we've had a lot on our minds. So today we're going to be joined by a very special guest from the social experiment Blue Therapy, from the same network that brought us Back Chat that we all know and love. Now, joining me today is a guest co-host, Chelsea Okonji, who's the host of The Discussion right here on the GBKM network. You know, it goes live every Saturday at
4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Don't forget to tune into that.
Don't forget. So today we're going to be chatting with a very special guest, as I mentioned. Now, as I said before, Blue Therapy has been a trending topic since it came on air and since its conclusion, and there have been a few questions on our minds. So today, we are so excited and so fortunate to be joined by the one and only Deborah Famo, 1/4 of the Blue Therapy cast. Welcome to the Chat Up Show, Deborah.
I'm excited.
Of course, we're excited. Yes. Now,
before we start off, like, how are you today, basically?
I'm good. The sun is shining. The weather's good. I'm happy. We're here today. I'm pleased.
That's good. And close to being released from lockdown, too. So, you know, spirits alight, excited for that.
Exactly. Very excited. Yes. I'm planning all my outfits.
Honestly, that was a thing, to be fair. Like, in my head, I already had them all set up for Hot Girl Summer, right?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Hot Girl Summer, I think Blue Therapy had us all feeling some type of ways. But the one burning question I think we all have is, was this based fully on reality? Were there some parts that were improvised, you know, devised for our entertainment? Can you answer that for us? Basically, was this real?
Yeah, so basically, it actually was reality, what we were filming. Obviously, for entertainment purposes, things were exaggerated, and you know, certain topics we gave more energy to certain topics. But yeah, it was a real situation. It is reality, and all those rumors, just put them in the bin.
Yeah, I mean, we heard rumors from a certain, you know, other cast member. We're not going to name names right now, but just to clear that up. So we hear it straight from your mouth that it was reality. And of course, you know, for entertainment purposes, like any other TV, certain things are going to be exaggerated, right?
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
Now, speaking on the fact that it was real, like, this is a lot to put out there. I feel like a lot of people don't really put, like, the real parts of their relationship out there for people. Why did you agree to do this? Like, it was a social experiment, right? Why did
Yeah.
you agree to have therapy filmed for a lot of people to, weigh in on your relationship and watch?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm naturally a strong person, and when I have an opinion on something, I stick to it. So regardless of the fact whether people are going to look at it and see it or not, my opinion is my opinion. And for me, all the backlash that I got, it still didn't change how I felt about certain situations. So I'm a bold character. So putting my business out there, I was happy to do so because actually it helped a lot of people and it brought up a lot of discussions. So yeah, I think it was definitely effective and good, a good thing to do.
Yeah, that's actually such an important thing. Like, putting it out there, especially as representations of Black love. A lot of the time, we don't see the realistic representations that we want to see. Like, these are Black couples in love, and they're going through certain things that a lot of us have been through, whether it's cheating or a lack of intimacy or all of the things that were brought up on Blue Therapy. So, going into it, what were your expectations, going into therapy as a couple, and then
Yeah.
also with it being public?
Oh, I mean, I didn't expect it to one relate to so many people. I knew it was relatable, but I didn't know that it would go global. I think a lot of the things that Jamal was saying, I didn't really expect because I think it was actually good because he doesn't really normally communicate as much as he did in therapy. So I feel like it was nice that we had a mediator to kind of anchor our conversations. But yeah, very shocking on how it blew, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like such a relatable thing because honestly, everyone in their personal relationships at some point or the other has gone through one or two of the things that you guys expressed in the
Yeah.
therapy, So a lot of people were able to like say, okay, I know where she's coming from, I know where he's coming from, I can relate to that. So how long exactly did you, because we had 4 episodes that were broken down, how long did you guys film this for?
Yeah, so we had 2 therapy sessions with Denise. So it was 2 separate days. So it's actually 6 episodes. But I'm not really sure how the technical parts work, but they split it up into different sections because we covered various topics.
Okay. And was this
Yeah,
before,
so yeah.
like, I'm sorry, was this before COVID or was it like during the lockdown?
Ooh, so we filmed at the start of 2020, I believe.
Okay.
No, at the start of 2021, sorry.
Okay.
We filmed at the start of 2021. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, that was a
That's
quick
weird. That
turnaround.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Because a lot went on afterwards. So if they had not dropped it, then
Yeah.
things wouldn't make sense after because obviously some people broke up, some people stayed together, you know.
Girl, we're gonna get into that, okay? We want to know all about that. But having seen it now, have you ever gone back and watched the entire thing again, or do you just want to leave it in the past and move on? Like,
So when it aired, each episode I did actually watch it.
Okay.
The only episodes I haven't watched is the aftermath, so I haven't watched the reunion. But the episodes I did watch it because after we filmed, I remembered, oh my gosh, there's some things that I said that might have been a bit triggering. Oh, let me see if he cut that part out. Which he didn't. He kept every single bit, but yeah.
How does that feel like watching yourself back and you're like, were you like cringing or were you like, yeah, I was right in this?
right.
Yeah.
I would say it was a bit of both, a bit of both. Sometimes I was just like, oh, Deborah, you're a bit too harsh. Come on, man, listen to the boy now.
But in the heat of the moment, with like emotions and everything involved, I mean.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I think the last episode for me, I got angry all over again. You know, even though we'd obviously, I know we're going to touch upon that, but I literally got angry all over again. I was just like, no, what's going on?
Can I just say you were so calm for me?
Honestly.
Like genuinely sitting there and telling him I don't want to talk to you right now. Like I don't know how I would have been able to keep my cool after what I just
I
heard.
would have stormed off. I would have created.
Yeah, I just had to remember, like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself for nobody's
Yeah.
son. So let me just, keep it composed
Yes.
and we'll deal with it outside of Denise and Trend Central.
Yes. Good. Because I was like, yes, give it to him, girl. Give it to him. Give it to him. Tell him about himself. So speaking of your relationship with Jamel, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering now. You mentioned in the aftermath of the reunion that you guys had somewhat gotten back together. You were a little hesitant, even though he was certain of it. Now, where would you say you two stand?
I would say we're making progress. I'm still not saying we're completely together because I'm still going out enjoying myself and giving up my number to anybody attractive that I find. But I would say we're making progress. It's a progress, definitely.
And so then now, how do you feel after it's all happened? Would you say that you were happy that you went into this social experiment of therapy, or do you feel that this was something that kind of expedited maybe the break that you guys had?
I think, to be honest, if I'm honest, I wouldn't say it helped us any better or any less that it was on TV, on YouTube. I think I feel like the same outcome would have happened actually if we dealt with it outside of YouTube. So it was a nice opportunity, and what's come after is nice. But yeah, if I was to do it again, I would actually do it off camera because it didn't really change anything for our relationship.
Oh, that's interesting. And then it's very nice to see that, at least to hear that it didn't really, well, you would have gotten to the same conclusion eventually.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel, yeah.
I mean, it still happened.
It still happened. Like, it's real life,
place,
right?
Yeah.
Like, it's someone's life. Yeah. So the question I want to ask, and I feel like a lot of people want to know this, why didn't you suspect the ex at first? Because, like, you met her, right? You said you met her, and you were okay with him, like, still, like, chatting with her and stuff. Why didn't it, like, cross your mind that this might not be okay?
I think it's the meeting her situation, because she was so, you know how girls are, like, we're so friendly and nice to each other. Sometimes I need to look past that sometimes, but most of the time it's genuine. But sometimes it's not. So I think because I met her and she was such good vibes, I just thought it can't be. And the thing is, with Jamel at the time, any girl that I felt like he was doing anything crazy with, he would never let me meet them. So because he let me meet his ex, I thought, okay, well, this hasn't happened before, so they're definitely, but completely wrong.
Oh, but that's when it hurts the most, right? Because it's like, you let me engage with her.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
How did you manage to get over that? Like, I'm raging.
Yeah.
I know.
Honestly, it took a long time.
Did you ever confront her?
No.
Peace.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just didn't want to take it there.
Yeah.
I know she obviously had a part to play, but to be honest, she owes me nothing. If you think about it, we're not friends. We're nothing.
Yeah.
It's Jamel.
Exactly.
That's true. Because a lot of people will go and attack the other woman and be like, that's my man.
Yeah.
But she's not the one in the relationship with you, right? She doesn't owe you the loyalty. Yeah.
Yeah. Jamel had 90% to blame. He knew what he was doing.
So now, okay, moving past that, now that we know that it was completely out of, like, your hands, it happened. What are your views on, like, a man's role in a relationship? Like, what do you think he should? Because there was all this talk about, people were having conversations about how you stated you want certain things from Jamel, you want him to provide certain things, just like your father has been able to provide for you. So what do you think are a man's responsibilities, especially in a relationship?
I still think it's the same. I still think it's to provide. I think, just to lift me up and support me in my business, in if I want to do something new, like a new venture, and to provide for me financially, take me out, and just make me feel like a princess.
Yeah. Of course, and I think what a lot of people resonated with is the fact that you recognized your worth and you stated it. But why do you feel that there was so much backlash from your perspective? Why do you think that people felt so triggered?
you know what it is? I feel like this is what I don't think I've said this in any interviews, but a lot of girls, after they got to know my character a little bit more, they actually DM'd me. I was like, oh, I really get what you mean. Like, I agree, but I'll never say it. So it's like, I just feel like some people are being kind of fake. So they actually believe this themselves, but they're just not going to say it because they know it's quite controversial. So I don't really know why people had a big issue with it. I think because they thought, you know, I wasn't trying to pull my weight. But the thing is, at that time, we weren't talking about what I was going to do. We were talking about what Jamel's role or what the male's role was in the relationship. Jamel knows what I do for him, otherwise he won't be in the relationship. Do you get what I mean? But everyone just wanted to attack me for saying how I felt about, you know, a man's role in the relationship. But most girls agree, trust me.
No, I fully, I think the initial thing was he was saying that he wanted to build a future and start, you know, being more financially responsible. And then you were saying you wanted the Prada bucket hat. So people were kind of like priorities. But then hearing, you know, as the episodes went on, because that was like the first 2 episodes. It was just the initial introduction to you. I think as we learned a little bit more of the dynamics of your relationship, we really got to understand, like, girl, you better tell him what you're worth.
Yeah. Definitely, because he seemed to be confused. And like I stated, at the start of the relationship, he'd set a standard whereby all these things that I was asking for and mentioning in therapy, he was doing at the start. And then, you know, 6 months, 7 months down the line, he wants to now change without any discussion. That's shocking to me. I can't adjust.
And I feel like
why do they do that?
That's something that a lot of people can relate to. Because men, when they want to come after you at first, it's like, everything, you know, they like go all out. And then I just feel like you shouldn't start something you're not able to maintain or you're not able to keep up, regardless of what the situation is, right? But I understand the fact that you wanted him to keep up the certain standard that he had already set and, you know, pursue his dreams as well.
Yeah. Did therapy help you like figure out anything that you needed to work on personally?
Yeah, definitely. I would say it helped me more as a person, actually, more than our relationship. So it made me realize I actually have to be a lot more patient with people and maybe communicate a little bit better. How I feel about things, and definitely better my communication and more patient.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. So you would definitely recommend therapy to like just anyone in like a relationship or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's really nice, considering you weren't really open to it at first, but then that's nice. So now, moving on to like, you know, back to the infidelity, what do you consider cheating? Was it like before he, you know, went ahead and took the step to go and physically be with someone else, or did you consider like the emotional part cheating as well, and you know, the things that he was doing before he went ahead and
did the 4-hour conversation in a car, to put it simply?
No, just too long. For me, I would say it was the physical contact that they had. I mean, I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one because emotional cheating is also there as well. But for me, this might be a bit toxic to say, if they're not, if their behavior with you is still the same, then, but they haven't done anything physical with anyone else, but they might have some emotional connection with someone else, that's fine for me because he's still showing me love and stuff like that. But to be honest, Jamel did change. So yeah, I would say from the time that he changed because of another female, that was cheating.
Oh, I think that's like a really interesting distinction that a lot of people don't take in. Because I mean, people are going to evolve and change in relationships, but when it's for the purpose of trying to impress somebody else.
Oh my gosh,
and then you start to neglect like what you have
at home.
And it's like, what are you really doing? So I kind of get that. Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, especially with the aftermath, when you had, you know, you guys had broken up and you were doing your own thing. And he felt some type of way about it. Like, how are you going to feel some type of way about it?
I feel like a lot of women understood where like, what do you mean you feel a type of way about it? But I've also heard from like some men that like, that is pure cheating. So we're just wondering if you could shed some light on that. What do you think? Well,
is that considered cheating?
What, me going out when I'm not with the guy? That's not cheating. That is called living your best life. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Living your best life as a single woman. Like that was so stupid. But you know what? I was so relaxed at the reunion. I did not have time to argue with Jamal. My energy was so much more different. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, oh, please.
Yeah. Like, so then what was your headspace for the reunion then? Because honestly, sitting next to him, I was like, you look really like unfazed, unbothered. You look great. I was like, you guess,
she
girl.
looked like she worked on herself.
Yeah.
She did her piece. She's like,
She was like meditating, drinking
like,
water.
you're not gonna embarrass me to date.
Yeah, literally. I just basically just said, you know, whatever will happen, will happen. Like, yeah, he's trying to make it work. I'm seeing the steps that he's taking to make it work, and I'm gonna see if I'm happy with it. Right now, he's in a trial period. He's got till September.
Yes, this is
my
the
birthday.
free.
It's my birthday.
Your birthday makes sense.
Yeah.
Are you trying to? Are you talking to any other person, or is it just like Jamal?
No, I'm not speaking to anyone else. But when I do go out, I'm not ruling off anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still keeping it respectful because obviously I've agreed and said that we are together. We're gonna work towards it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm still giving out my number and socializing very well.
Well, I mean, we've been locked up for like a year, so.
Exactly. Literally, it's needed. We need a break.
On that note, speaking of a break, we're actually going to take a quick commercial break. When we're back, we're going to continue our chat up with Deborah Famo. Stay tuned.
My name is Carol, and I'm currently a project coordinator. I took the project management course. I learned a number of things, one of which was interview skills. I learned about the Agile framework and how that's very different from the waterfall model of project management.
Consulting. The key unique area that we try to focus on is not to just impart certification knowledge, but the application of real-world tools.
Back in June 2017, I did the business analysis course at Top Rod. I learned the basic and advanced skills and tools to be successful in business analysis field.
Hello and welcome back to the Chat Up Show. I'm your host, Elizabeth Aloidi, and I'm joined here by my co-host for today, Chelsea Okonji. And we're chatting with the one and only Deborah Famo of Blue Therapy, I guess we can call you, or of Eli Nall, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. Before we went on our commercial, we were discussing the nature of your relationship with Jamal right now, you know, the outcomes of your Blue Therapy experience. Now that you're on the other side, reflecting, looking back, what is one thing that you would never do again in your relationship or just in life in general? What's like that one lesson that you've learned from this experience?
Ooh, don't read the comments.
Yes.
That's going to be like the next question. Like, how do you deal with, because there's a lot of backlash and there's a lot of praise, but how do you deal with like the backlash and keep yourself sane? Grounded.
You know what it is? I literally just had to think, okay, whose opinion do I actually care about? And I said to myself, okay, my friends and my family, that's it. So anybody else, because they're the only people that know me on a personal level. Right. So anybody else that have anything negative to say after 6 episodes of a show, then how can I feel upset about what they've said? Do you know what I mean? So that's why I always have to think that my friends and family are in support of what I'm doing, they're in support of my relationship. So yeah.
How did your friends and family feel when you told them that you were going to go through with this? What was their reaction?
Well, my sister was like, "Yeah, go ahead, like, might as well." Do you know what? Everyone was quite supportive, to be fair. Okay. In fact, no. When the first episode came out, they were just like, "Oh gosh, what is this?" Although before they were like, "Go through it," but then as it picked up, and then they were really happy. We posted, and you know, watching it word for word and stuff like that.
Word for word. That's cute.
That's so cute. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people might be like, my friends and family are gonna know like the intimate areas of my relationship.
Like I'm gonna feel so.
Yeah, some type of way it might be a little awkward. And now that you and Jamal are trying to work things through again, like, were you prepared for that? Like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think, yeah, when they saw episode 6, they were just like, wait, what? Because I hadn't actually told some of my friends about what actually happened. So for them, that was the first time of them hearing. And they were just like, what? I do not like the man anymore. Like, you joking?
Give them the ick. You know, when you catch the ick and you can't move on from it, and every time you see that person, you're like, ick.
Yeah. yeah. But yeah, everyone's working on their relationship with Jamel, including me and my friends, family and stuff. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Is your best friend warming up to him now?
Yeah.
No. They're not. I don't think them two will ever get along, but that's fine. We'll keep them separate for now.
Yeah.
Because he's got till September, so he might go.
Why September though?
I get it though.
Because I
Like
want to
your
get
birthday.
my birthday.
Yeah.
I want to get my birthday gift first. Okay, so if the gift is good, then we'll keep him on for another 3-month trial.
Yeah.
What if he knows this and then he's just like planning?
he's
a
like
good-
watching now.
Good gift, just to like.
Probably.
Well,
We'll
either way,
see,
you get a
we'll
good
see.
gift.
We'll
Either
see.
way,
Yeah. We'll see. Positive
Yeah.
vibes. Hopefully he's doing it for,
for the
good
right
intentions.
reasons, good
Yes,
intentions.
exactly.
Yeah, but I hear you on your birthday thing. You want to keep them there, see how they, on a big celebration like that, like you need to see how they're going
Yeah.
to react and treat you, right? That's like a good test.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hear you.
At least she's putting it out there. Most girls would be like quiet and just waiting to see if like, let me see what you do on
Yeah.
my birthday. If you don't do anything, that's it.
Like she's giving you
Yeah.
game, Jamel. You're getting free game right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even the men too, like you're really getting a chance to be like, okay, this is how I can
This
make
is
sure
how
that I pass the trial stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. All guys should take note.
Exactly.
Speaking of taking note and advice, like what is some advice you would give to other girls, who are coming up and maybe in similar situations where they're dealing with their partner, either not giving them enough attention, giving too much attention to social media, which is an issue for a lot of people,
Yeah.
especially.
Especially in this day and
Yeah.
age. Like, it's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, ever since COVID as well, like it's literally taken over, literally social media. I would say just to trust your women's intuition. It's very, very important. If you feel like something's going on, just definitely trust it, trust that feeling. And obviously sometimes it's not always good to dig, but if you want to avoid like hassle and stress, then maybe dig a little bit. That's really important, I would say. And I would just say don't settle for less, like know your worth. The thing is with me, I realized that I was saying a lot of things that I would like, but I was still accepting the opposite, So what I would say to ladies is if you find yourself settling for something that it's not what you want, then you really just have to put your big boots on and leave, or try and get a change. And if it's not natural to your partner, then he's just not for you.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that though, but it's a lot more difficult if you've fallen in love or something already. Then you start to accept like those flaws, and then it's more like, when does it end? Then you keep taking and taking until you go down a rabbit hole that you never thought you would be in. So I'm just like, when exactly do you state your intentions at the beginning of the relationship? Like, this is what I want, this is what I will stand for, and this is what I will not take? Or do you just wait it out and see as it goes?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one because sometimes you don't want to be too fast and ruin something that could have developed into something amazing. But at the same time, you have to stand your ground. And I feel like that's why we go wrong sometimes, because we withhold things from people. And then after a couple of months, they see our true colours, so we say, and then we're just not happy with each other. So it's a tricky one. You're just going to have to gauge the situation yourself, honestly. You really can't tell.
Here. Yeah.
That's true.
Now, in this day and age, going through your partner's phone is something that gives a lot of people some trust and security.
Yeah.
And that was an issue that was brought up during your therapy session. Has it, improved? Can you go through Jamel's phone now? Like, will he just hand it over? He said that the passcode to 1. Has he allowed you to enter the second one? Second phone?
Listen, I'm just going to trust and believe that the second phone is a business phone and it's for his clients.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to trust and believe. But so his phone, I go through it. I go through it every now and then. But I haven't found anything crazy yet.
Yeah.
I need to go through the business phone. Honestly, I need to go through that phone.
So you're pro going through your partner's phone, because there are a lot of people who are like, why do you feel the need to go through your
I'm
partner's
pro
phone?
going through it.
I don't know, because then I'm gonna find something that's gonna hurt my feelings. I don't want to know. I feel like ignorance is bliss.
I feel like, not that I want to go through your phone, but if you come and you're like open, like you have my password, you can always go through it, and then you don't hide anything when like you get a text or when you get a call or something and you're just free with me, I wouldn't feel the need to want to go through your stuff. But if you're like, you know, being shady about it and hiding things, then I'll be like, what are you hiding? You know, like.
Exactly, and that's what it was for me, because he would be so, you know, honestly, I hate when they put their phone downward when we're at a meal, like, that annoys me so much.
No, because
It actually annoys me so much.
Because what are you putting it down for?
Because I don't want to be disturbed by the notifications. I'm sorry. Like, people will call me at really annoying hours, and I don't want it, because when I'm with my person, it's like all attention is on you. It's our quality time. Life is busy. We don't always get that time to be together, right? So I'll put my phone down so I'm not distracted by it.
So you don't mind if he does the same thing?
No, because I do it too, and I know that it's not bad intention. So I'm going to trust that you two, I know, y'all are looking at me like I'm crazy. Maybe I'm too trusting. But like for him, like I'm exposing myself a little bit too much. But I've had people ask me like, why do you turn your phone around? And I'm like, it's for me. I have like ADHD or something. If I see it pop up and light up,
and
that's
you have
it.
to, like,
You're gone. I don't see you anymore. I'm on Instagram scrolling for 3 hours.
I feel like that's the excuse that all the guys give.
But mine's not a lie.
I mean, why don't you just put it in your phone, put it in your pocket? Because for me, it's like, this is how I see it. You turn your phone around, because if a notification pops up and it's a name of somebody that I don't recognize, I don't like,
You might be right.
then you know, I'm gonna have a problem. So just put it away in your pocket, just so that it doesn't seem weird. But I get what you mean. You know, if it's a lady, it's different. But guys, listen,
it's different with girls, right?
Yeah.
It's that double standard.
No, it's still. I feel
No,
like
I mean,
it's
to be
different.
fair, there have been situations where like a notification has popped up and it's gotten sticky, but you hope that you can move past that.
Yeah.
That's why I turn my phone upside down now. Learn my
Just
lesson.
don't bring out your phone. How about you just leave it in your purse?
Emergencies, or like, you know, sometimes you're on a bad date and you want to text your friend like, "Come save me." You know those ones.
Yeah,
so, like you
I
need
see
it,
that.
and like, have you ever done that like on a date and you're like, "Girl,
You have to go to
call
the
me."
washroom or something and
No,
plan
I
it.
text her right there and then. I'm like,
Oh,
"Call
man.
me."
All the time.
Yeah. Calling up your best friend. Have you ever done it to Jamel?
Yeah, one time he actually annoyed me so much, and I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, pick me up.
Get me out of here. It's a great, you know, tactic, yeah, to get you.
That's true. So now, like after Blue Therapy and everything, how do you think people, or do people recognize you now when you go outside and like all the regular things you were able to do? People look at you and be like, oh, that's Deborah from Blue Therapy. How's it been for you? How's the experience been?
It's been amazing. It's shocking because I can't even go Tesco anymore, like everyone says.
Yeah.
Literally, gym,
Yeah.
like anywhere I go, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's them for Blue Therapy. Ah, is Blue Therapy real? Oh my gosh, I used to have Jamel. Literally, people literally walk up to me like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's been nice. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever do something like that again? Like given the opportunity?
Yeah, I would, you know, I would, because what's happening now has been really, really good, like the brand deals and the exposure and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely do it again, something like this again. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, like the reality TV scene in England, like it's there right now. Like I'm all in on Love Island.
Love Island.
But I feel like there's not like a lot of content out there when it comes to like reality TV, like Big Brother maybe.
Yeah. And this was black,
yeah,
right?
this was black, so
black
this was like
people,
a different,
so it's like very different, and it's lovely. Besides BHS and things like that, Trend Central is really doing a thing. So
yeah, definitely, they're doing really well.
Yeah, was that one of the things that like drew you in, especially for like the representation side of it, to this social experiment?
Yeah, definitely, most 100%. And I just knew that. I knew that when I go on, that I'm not gonna hold back. You don't want people to hold back because there's not a true representation of what's actually going on in my relationship and even in other people's. So yeah.
Did you at any point after filming feel like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm putting this out there? If you did, was there any way to like stop it from coming out, or like it's once you sign the contract, everything is out there? No way to stop
Once you
it?
sign the contract, you're doomed.
You're doomed. That's it. It's all over.
It's all over. I literally said to the director, Andy, I said, you see that last episode where Jamal revealed that information? I'm going to need you not to put that up. But he was just like, I'm so sorry, Deborah.
There's no way they could not put that up.
That was like the biggest thing.
Juicy.
I feel like most of us felt like we were cheated.
I did.
Yeah.
No, Deborah.
Honestly.
Honestly, if September comes and Mr. Man is not doing what needs to be done, like
She's clearly not a fan.
you have an
She's
army.
not a Jamal fan.
No, do you know what? No, it's not him specifically. It's the situation.
That's because you're relating to the situation directly.
Deeply relating to it. The Clubhouse thing with the girl texting him at like 1 a.m. I feel like a lot of women were like, what are you doing, dude?
But then you did go to see your friend at 1 a.m.
No,
too,
that's different
Deborah.
though.
Like, I'm not saying this in argument, like in regards to like what he did. No one should be texting you at past 12. Let's be honest. Like
Past 10.
No one. But you did drive up to see, I think, Marcus. Just to see him at 1 a.m. Do you see how that could be
A double standard.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Jamal knew, like, on my way there, I called him straight away. So I told him there was nothing to hide. And he even asked for the address. I sent it to him. But when that girl, whose name we don't mention, messaged him at night, he was uncomfortable to accept to open the message or to read it. Do you know what I mean? So that's already shady. There was nothing shady. There was nothing shady building up from me meeting my friend.
And this was like a friend that you'd had for years as opposed to someone new, right?
Exactly. We met on Clubhouse. Clubhouse hasn't even been a year old. Clubhouse.
No, I don't think so. Are you on Clubhouse now?
So.
Do you still hate the app?
I hate it. I hate it. I've deleted it from my phone.
It really, honestly, Clubhouse, some wild stuff goes on there. So I understand like your kind of apprehension or feelings towards him being so involved on it. Lakeith Stanfield was in one of those rooms doing things that I never would have ever imagined someone of, his caliber doing.
There were a lot of
on
things
Clubhouse.
going on
There was a lot going on in Clubhouse. So would you say you've gotten past that a little bit now with him?
Yeah.
Like you're more comfortable and secure with what he's doing on Clubhouse?
Or just social media in general?
Clubhouse has actually died down, so it's not as in here in the UK, it's died down, so it's not as people are not really on it as much anymore. So I think he's just using it for business now, which is good.
Okay. But now you're also like a public figure, more or less. So you also have like obligations to social media and all that. Do you think you can kind of relate to the things that he does now? Because you're considered an influencer at this point and a social public figure, right? Do you find like now that you are both doing the same thing is easier to understand and navigate the relationship?
I guess so. I guess so. I think I guess, but Jamal just seems to use his clients as an excuse for anything. If he had to travel to South London for a mate's party, he'll say he's, it's a client. You know what I mean?
No.
But I guess so. Yeah. Somewhat.
Fair enough.
Okay. Can we talk about Afro Nation for a bit?
We can.
I think when we were watching it and we heard him come up with like 3 different excuses as to why he had purchased the ticket or why his friends had purchased him the ticket, did he ever come back and explain that to you, or is he still waffling essentially?
Still waffling till this day. Like anytime I say Afro Nation, it's like he runs out of the room. He doesn't want to talk about it because he has no answer. I can't believe it. It was I was gonna surprise you. Are you all right? Like that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I was gonna surprise you. Okay. That's
Did he
so
know that like you knew he had tickets, or he never knew until the day that you just brought up?
No, he never knew until the day. I saved it.
Yes,
Till
sir.
that very day.
And she pulled out receipts too. As soon as you pulled out that
That's
phone,
why he was shocked. and,
honestly,
like,
you saw him like come to the realization, like, oh, okay, now I have to think quick on my feet. And then the friends, oh, my
the
friends
thinking
bought it for
wasn't-
me.
Sorry?
And then he comes out with like, oh yeah, no, my friends bought me the tickets so that, you know, you and your friends and me and my friends can have a great time. And I was like,
No. I even said what friend couldn't name him. Like,
But
no
even
way.
with all of this and trying to move forward, how does this not put a damper in your trust for him? Like, you're trying to work things out. How are you going to trust him all the way with everything that has happened?
For me, I kind of, after the last episode aired, and even after we finally agreed that we're going to make it work, I just kind of said, like, if I'm going to be in it, I'm kind of going to be all in.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of, even though we do discuss these things and stuff, it's more lighthearted for me now because this is like a new chapter. Like, we're kind of starting afresh, and he's doing okay so far. So. There's been times when I've tried to catch him out, but I was wrong. So that's good.
That's good.
that's good. But you gotta keep him on his toes though. Like at any given moment, you know, expect
can
him
happen.
to be on you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, getting to that space, I think, is a difficulty for a lot of people who've been where their trust has been broken, right?
Yeah.
So what helped you personally when you decided, okay, if I'm gonna be in, I'm gonna be all in, and we're not gonna use what happened in the past to like bring it into what's going on now in the future or the present?
Yeah. I think I just had to remind myself of the positive things about our relationship, which, like I said, was the first 6 to 7, 8 months. So I just had to remind myself, you know, where he brings out the best of me as a person, and you know, how far we've come. I know it's, you know, only 8 months, but you know, that's good for me as I've never been in a relationship. So I have to remind myself of how far we've come and that sort of thing. And just to, you know, you kind of know when you hope you know when someone's being genuine.
Yeah.
So he really was trying his best to make it better. So yeah, that's what it was.
Great. So we're going to pivot now. We're going to start talking about you and what you've been up to personally after Blue Therapy. You look absolutely gorgeous. Can you tell us what you're wearing today?
Thank you. I am wearing an Ilana 2-piece. It's shorts as well, but because I've been sitting down, it's just not where it's supposed to be. But this is the top. It's my clothing line. It's actually a new piece that's going to be dropping in the next 2 weeks. It's a new color. So this color is not out yet. So you guys got the exclusive. Okay.
Fun. We love a good exclusive.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about, like, you know, the brand and like what inspired the name Ilano?
Yeah, so Ilano actually means framework in Yoruba. So I wanted to do a little video actually just to give some context about my brand, but I'll speak to you guys about it. So I actually studied architecture in university, and I just love like structural forms and that sort of thing. So I kind of wanted to bring that into my brand. And so my slogan is your body is the structure, Ilana is the frame.
Oh,
so,
that's good.
The Ilana pieces actually frame the woman's body like the building, like a building structure. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the idea behind my brand.
Yeah.
That's really exciting stuff. And then, like, what do we expect from your line? Is it going to be loungewear, or like, what else do we expect from it?
So I would say it's more going out wear, not clubbing vibes, but like a brunch sort of thing. Yeah, you can wear it with heels, you can wear it with trainers, but I'm honing in, on 2-piece sets. I love 2 pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm focusing
right now.
So my winter collection will be two pieces again, but obviously different fabrics to cater to the weather.
Yes, we don't freeze out here, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can't be having all these arms out in the winter. No,
I mean, hot girl winter sounds cute. So how did you get into, starting a brand in itself is such a big step to take. What was it that pushed you to go into fashion, number one, and then actually doing it?
I think I've always been creative, and I've always loved fashion and dressing up and stuff. But I realized that sometimes when I order pieces, my own piece, because it's like I feel comfortable in it, it's doing what I need it to do in each part of my body. So I studied fine art in for A levels actually, and I just continued my drawing and designing from that point. So that was about 16. So from that age, I was just designing, drawing, colors, and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Would you say like your Nigerian roots kind of plays into it? Because growing up, we used to always like this is like me design.
We always wanted to like make stuff from our traditional outfits and like have things there. So did that influence? Did that influence like what you're doing right now?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. When I would go to weddings and I'll have to sew Ankara and stuff like that, I'll use the pieces and do different designs, and it was always different from other people's because it came from my head. So yeah.
And even just speaking of the name, it's a Yoruba term.
Yeah.
And so why was it important for you to have that representation in your brand as well?
Yeah, because eventually, when we're finally able to go to Nigeria, I do actually want to start manufacturing and sourcing material from Nigeria. So the aim is to actually bring a lot of the roots, a lot of my roots into it. Obviously, because I started during COVID, couldn't really travel. But yeah, that's the aim, and I can't wait to take it to Nigeria.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. We wish you all the success. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some merch as well in Canada. It's like worldwide, right? Like anyone can get it?
Yeah. I got some orders that actually shipped to the States yesterday, so I'm excited for you guys to get it.
Awesome. Just for people who are interested in, checking it out and checking how to purchase, how can they buy from you, essentially?
Yeah, sure. So the Instagram is Ilana Brand with a D at the end. And then the website is www.ilanabrand.com. So you can purchase from the website or drop me a DM and then I can direct you.
Awesome. That's great. Now, we actually were about just running out of time on the show for today. So before you go, just one last little bit that you'd like people to take away who Deborah is, not just who we saw on screen. Like, what's a little thing that you can like sum up this entire experience and say like, this is me.
Deborah, this is me, this is the narrative, and this is who I am.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm a creative person who is outgoing and is open to new experiences. I'm very bold and I like to give 100% energy to anything that I do. And I am understanding. I do listen to other people, what they have to say. Okay, I don't just like the nice stuff. I am a hard worker as well. But I hope that I can do some more reality shows that people can get to know me more and that sort of thing. That would be awesome.
Yeah, honestly, we're looking forward to seeing you more on screen for sure.
Definitely.
We're going to be supporting it all the way. Thank you so much, Deborah, for joining us today on the Chat Up Show. We're going to let you go now. Thank you so much.
It's been fun.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
Hopefully we can have you back soon again.
Hopefully.
Yes, awesome. Definitely. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that concludes our Chat Up for today. Thank you, Chelsea, for joining me as
welcome.
co-host.
This was fun as usual.
As always. It's great and it's such a pleasure having you joining me in studio.
Thank you again.
And it's such a pleasure to you chatters for joining us at home. And that concludes our show. As always, you know you can keep up with the GBKM network by listening and watching live 24/7 at www.gbkm.tv or www.gbkm.fm. You can also continue to watch us on Facebook and YouTube at GBKM Network. Make sure you download our free app so you get notified every time we go live. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter at GBKM Network, where you can stay up to date with everything that's going on at the network. Make sure you tune in to the discussion on Saturday at 4 p.m. right here on the GBKM Network. And you can follow me, your host, Elizabeth Aloyde, on Twitter and Instagram at TIS_Liz_O. And with that, I will catch you the same time, same place next week. Take care.
The bad news is that everyone is a potential victim, but the good news is that everyone is a potential solution. Sensitize the masses to sanitize, keep a social distance and quarantine. Stop!
The coronavirus is sweeping over mankind.
Everybody must be alert. It's a global pandemic we can never take for granted. Kila mtu must be alert. It's a matter of life we can never take for granted. Discipline and personal hygiene, and make sure you regularly wash your hands. Keep a distance from everyone. Report anything like a symptom. Serious fever is a symptom. Dry cough is a symptom. Walkway tamula is a symptom. Itchy eyes and flu is a symptom.
Wikumo butabusiga rejemu batanalwala ulago moyo gwegwanga labira kuyitale abasinga bafudde okuwewala kisinga ko bujajaba. The coronavirus is sweeping over mankind.
Everybody must be alert. It's a global pandemic we can never take for granted. Kila mtu must be alert. It's a matter of life we can never take for granted.
The coronavirus is sweeping over mankind.
Everybody must be alert.